Welcome to today's video insight. Yesterday we talked about norms, and today I want to expand on the topic of standards. We talked about norms being attracted by our mind through it associating certain norms with a peer group it has. So if, for example, your peers earn a certain amount of money, like a lot of people, their financial thinking is really based on how they grew up and around how much the people around them earned when they were growing up, and who they associate with also as their friends or their financial peer group when they are older. But these probably depend a little bit on each other as well. So norms get attracted based on the peer groups we identify with, or our mind identifies with. And based on these norms, then we have standards. So let's say the peer group, your peer group it's normal to earn $50,000 per year. So that's the normal range, and so between 50 and 100K maybe per year. And yeah, so then people have certain standards in their mind. Either they want to be superior to a certain norm, or they want to be average, or they just don't want to be too inferior. So that would be their standards then. And then based on these standards, goals get attracted into the mind. And yeah, if someone wants to be superior, they could be probably happy if they do double the amount. If they do 200,000 a year, then they would be satisfied, and there wouldn't be a question to do more or to question the goal of how much money you need to make in life. So, and if someone is happy with the average, if there's the standard, then they are happy with 70K maybe, or 50K, or yeah, if you don't want to be too inferior, maybe 40, 50K, around that, and people are happy. So these are the standards, and then goals get attracted, and then you build a certain belief around that. I'm middle class, that's the class I'm in, and yeah, so but what's really going on? It would be that there is a certain amount of money in reality that you need just for your basic needs, for your basic survival. That would be a question: how much is that for your entire life? And then there also would be, maybe you have certain just needs, so you aren't desperate regarding money, and then there is also more comfort that would make you happier. But also you don't need an unlimited amount of money, that's not even possible, but you don't need more and more money. You can be done with money at some point. So the question is how much of an amount you need for your entire life to maximize quality of life. And more money can even be detrimental to some people if they don't have their thinking right, because they overcomplicate their life. But yeah, that would be just an internal problem. So more money, it's a question. Yeah, maybe more money can really be detrimental to your life if you then have to worry about security stuff and things like that. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, so we have these standards, and then are your standards arbitrary or not? So we said, okay, if you just go with norms, there's no clarity about the amount of money you need. But in reality, there is probably an actual amount. So either you don't need money and you have a way to get along without money, or you need money. And if you need money, you need a certain amount of money. for real, in reality. And that's not just, you can't just arbitrarily say, okay, I make this amount per year or per month, and that's okay because I'm in this or that class. There is a reality to how much money you actually need to make. And how much money actually would maximize the quality of your experience. And yeah, so this is how it really works. You want to have norms and standards foundationally correct. You want to have your foundation right. You want to have your norms not be arbitrary, and they need to be anchored in reality, more or less. And based on that, then you can, what standard do you need? Your standards can be at perfection if you don't have a problem of dealing with feedback, because perfection doesn't necessarily mean more and more. Perfection means, okay, I hit this threshold where I maximize goodness. That would be perfect then. So you don't need to make more and more money. Perfection in terms of money would be how much, it's this certain amount where you maximize more or less with. And that can be our standard, to go for perfection in terms of quality of life. And based on that, our thresholds are at a certain place, and then we can just go for more and more understanding until we hit the threshold. And if we go for understanding, and if we measure our progress with understanding, we don't have this feedback problem anymore, where we are afraid to, where we are not afraid then to have our standards at a certain higher place we feel comfortable with, or we are sure, we probably achieved that. People set their goals and standards in a way so they don't hurt their ego, or they don't get feedback that could bruise their egos. So if we get over that goal of liking ourselves and being defensive about stuff, we can go for understanding, go for perfection with our standards and goals, and then everything works out. That was today's video insight, a little bit more about norms and standards. Based on your norms, you attract standards. You can go for perfection. Often it's thresholdish, where you need to find out the threshold, what would be maximizing your quality of experience. Based on that, you attract your goals or your visions. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.